I told my kids before, I said, H posting is a new job for me. It's never always the same thing. So you're not content in doing one thing forever. Navy is a good way to go because you're never doing the same thing twice.
Welcome to this special series of the EdUp Canada Podcast, Sea of Opportunities. In these short episodes, we're exploring two big questions. What do careers actually look like in the Royal Canadian Navy? And how has the Navy set up these men and women who serve our nation for success after leaving their career in the Navy? And to get these answers, we're joined by the crew members of the HMCS St. John's Halifax, who are going to talk about their own experiences and their own careers. And we're also going to talk to the men and women who serve these boats on shore to ensure they have all the support they need as they travel the world. It's like being on the ship while you're in your home. So without further delay, we bring you this special episode of the EdUp Canada Podcast, Sea of Opportunities. Welcome back to the Sea of Opportunities podcast. We've put this series together to talk to the men and women on board the HMCS St. John's that is currently sailing across from Canada to Europe to serve with other nations, our allies, in a protection unit off the coast of Europe. So we're going to talk now to our next guest, Chief Petty Officer Dollimont, about the mission that he's on now and life in the Navy, sir. So do you want to introduce yourself and your role on board the ship?
Yes, Chief Petty Officer Roger Dollimont. I am the engineering chief for the MSE department, Marine Systems Engineering Department, on HMCS St. John's.
So you're headed off for 6 months here, right? Where are you? You can say what you can say, but you're headed off to where?
We're off to the Mediterranean. Yeah, our area of operations is going to be pretty much in the Mediterranean.
Always careful to make sure I don't say where you're going because you never know. I've had a chance to spend some time with the crew and the captain, and this is a 6-month deployment for you. This is a long ways time from home.
Absolutely. This will be my 5th deployment in my career.
How long have you been in the Navy?
I am 24 years right now.
And what do you think you have left? Do you know?
Probably another year, and then I'll probably retire and try something different.
I tried something different with a lot of skill. So one of the reasons we're doing this is for students. We've had students in our career colleges that I work with say, we'd like to know more about jobs in the Navy. And they might be training as a HR person or as a logistics person, supply chain management people, very interested in what are the careers that are available to the Navy. So we've been chatting about that. You've had a great career. You're now in charge of the boat, the engineering of the boat, right?
Yeah, I'm in charge of the department that takes care of the propulsion of the boat. They also take care of the maintenance of the ship itself, the hull, all the parts of the hull, right on down to the doors, the air conditioning, the sewage treatment, the hospitality, the habitability of the ship itself.
Nothing important there at all, huh? Propulsion and the hull, kind of important.
Absolutely. It's what gets us to where we're going, right?
and no better example than right now. You're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. If I'm correct, you're a couple hundred miles away from the Azores, but that's it. Like there's nothing else for 2,500 miles, is there?
No, we're our own self-sufficient unit right here. Anything breaks, we got to fix it. Man, we got to make it happen.
So what does that look like when you go to plan to go off on a mission like this? Like there's only so much room on board that ship, but you need spares of everything.
Yeah, we started looking at our, historical. What historically breaks? What do we need to take based on that, right? So there are things we know that they're used all the time and that they break on a regular basis or a semi-regular basis. So we plan by taking those as kind of deployment spares. So a ship sailing, say, around Canada would not take these, but we will take them, like pumps for our black water, extra filters for our rod system to be able to make the fresh water, just different parts that we know that historically have broken or possibly will break, but we take them anyway and, be ready.
We try and have a little fun with people to talk about life on board too. Favorite meal? Cooks are doing a really, really tough job in the middle of the Atlantic too, but the food's good.
Food is good. They're doing a really good job. They definitely kept us well fed. Today was chicken, and I took the chicken and I made a chicken Caesar salad out of it. Really enjoyed it.
What's your favorite meal though? One of the staple meals they come together. We're taking a bit of a poll.
Always Thursday steak night. Always.
Okay, that's 2 for steak night so far, and 2 for the Tuscany sausage. There's been quite a bit of interest in both, but the steak night's pretty popular.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a Navy tradition, right? You got Thursday steak night. Friday is fish right? And chowder for the soup. And then on Saturday, it's pizza and wings. It's just traditions, right? It kind of helps you get through the week. Like, oh, right on, it's steak night. Oh, right on, it's pizza and wings. You just kind of look forward to those things and plan your kind of your week around it, right?
So one of the things we're talking about for students is the kind of things that skills they can develop when they spend time in the Navy. We know on the far end, as people retire, that employers are desperately looking for people like yourself who have leadership, who have drive, who can multitask, can take on a role and get it done. I think those are some of the skills that you develop if you're in the Navy.
Absolutely. And the ability to, as you say, we're out here all by ourselves, so we have to create the solutions. So that hand skills, if you got an engine that's broken, you actually got to get in there and fix it. You can't wait for the maintenance facility to come fix it for you. You got to get in there. You got to figure out the problem. You got to find creative solutions to make those things work. And sometimes they're wicked solutions where, like, oh, I would never have thought of this if I wasn't in this kind of a situation. Yeah, we create solutions based off the stuff we have. So sometimes it's not even about having the correct parts. It's about taking the parts you have and making what you need work.
It reminds me, just as a joke, but it reminds me of, I was at the Palm Springs airport one time. We were standing there and the luggage thing, carousel was broken, and the actual actor from the TV show MacGyver was there. And one of the guys with me walked over and gave him a zip tie and said, "Can you fix it?" I've always enjoyed that because that became something. I bet on board the ship you talk about MacGyvering something, don't you?
Absolutely.
And he was actually standing there and the guy gave him a zip tie and said, "Can you fix this thing?" It was a pretty funny moment. So
that is an awesome
moment. I don't know why that just popped into my brain. So talk to me about, if you had a message for people thinking about joining the Navy. You've done 24 years. What's a message for someone who's considering joining the Navy?
Take your time. Look at the trades that we have and look at your interest and go, this is my interest. Or if it's something like where I have a lot of young guys come in, they want hand skills and they come in, they move to the MSC department, the Bartech trade, because they want to get in there and they want to be able to pull apart the engines and they want to be able to do those hands-on skills. If that's not something you're into, there are other trades, electronics or electrical or even communications, and just kind of basically look at yourself and go, what would I like to do? Actually, I have an antidote for that myself. I was probably in my 20s and I read an article and it said that people who retired having done more than 3 different careers, not jobs, 3 different careers, had retired more satisfied than the people who had done one career their entire life and that was it. So I always say, get out there, try new things, and get into something.
That's the beauty of the Navy.
Yeah, you don't always need to do one thing.
An employer in the Navy, but do 5 things. So it gives you that flexibility and that job security too.
As you go up, your job changes too. From the time I joined to now, my job has changed in multitudes of different ways. Where, I would be, I also did helo crash firefighting, where I was part of the firefighting to be there in case the helo crashed. I've done jobs where I worked on a shore unit where I've done part of project management, and now I'm into more of a supervisory role, and as opposed to hands-on skills. Now I'm doing supervisory roles. So you progress through your career. You don't always do the same job. I told my kids before, I said, H posting is a new job for me. It's never always the same thing. So you're not content in doing one thing forever. Navy is a good way to go because you're never doing the same thing twice.
And the Navy's changed too, hasn't it?
It has. Yes, it has.
What I'm getting is they've wrapped their arms around sailors more, and they're really making sure their whole family unit is well protected and well taken care of.
Absolutely. We've, from when I joined till now, the emphasis on family is way more.
Any message? Anyone back home you'd like to say something to that's going to hear this and when we put them out to air?
I don't know. I've been enjoying my time. This will be my last deployment, my last sail before I retire, and I was like, no life like it, the Navy.
So with that,
I've enjoyed my career immensely.
Well, that's fantastic. So with that, we'll sign off. We'll wish you fair seas and following winds, but more importantly, we'll thank you for our service to our nation. It is service.
Thank you very much.
You don't get rich in the Navy. You get rich with opportunities, though, right?
And experience.
And friendships. What's been clear to me
absolutely.
is the friendships. And the bond that exists amongst that crew. So have a great sail. We look forward to welcoming you back to Halifax Harbor in December.
Thank you very much. You enjoy the rest of your time.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for listening to this special episode of the EdUp Canada Podcast, Sea of Opportunities. If you like this episode, I hope you leave a review for us as it helps more people to discover the show. If you're interested in a career in the Navy, you can click on the link in the show notes to learn all about the Naval Experience Program. Thanks for learning with us.